Every morning you wake up, the battle has already begun. Your workplace, your home, your relationships, all battlefields, and your mind has entire armies. You know that 3 a.m. feeling when silence gets louder than everything else. 3,000 years ago, a warrior felt exactly this on the biggest battlefield ever. He dropped his bow, sat down, and couldn't move. But the Gita doesn't begin with that warrior. It begins with a blind king, sitting safely in his palace. Dhritarashtra, blind from birth, but his real blindness was never physical. He asked his advisor Sanjaya, "Tell me what my sons are doing out there." My sons, not the warriors, my sons. Sound familiar? How many mornings do you check everyone else's life before asking about your own? Dhritarashtra couldn't face his own battlefield, so he watched from a distance. We do this every day, right? The battlefield was called Dharma-kshetre, the field of righteousness. Ancient texts describe it as sacred land, where truth itself was stronger. Real wisdom is never found in comfortable moments, only in the impossible ones. Here it is, the very first verse of the Bhagavad Gita, Dharma-kshetre Kuru-kshetre, Samaveta yuyutsavah, Mamakah Pandavashchaiva, Kimakurvata Sanjaya. 3,000 years old, still more relevant than anything you read this morning. Dhritarashtra asked, "On this sacred field, what did my sons and the Pandavas do?" One question, from a worried father, sitting in the dark, about a war he helped create but refused to stop. Look at the contrast. Dhritarashtra in his palace, asking questions, Krishna on the battlefield, holding the reins himself. Same war, two completely different choices. One word reveals everything. Mamakah, my. This is the only verse Dhritarashtra speaks in the entire Gita. And his very first word is my. We all have our Mamakah moments, things we defend not because they are right, but because they are ours. Our opinions, our ego, dressed up as love. Dhritarashtra is not a villain. He is a father who loved his sons more than truth. We do this too, defending our idea when we know someone else's is better. Every single time, we are Dhritarashtra. The Gita begins here for one reason, to hold up a mirror. The battlefield of Kurukshetra is also a symbol, the field of dharma inside every human being, where right and comfortable are always facing each other. Krishna on that chariot represents what the Gita calls viveka, discrimination, the ability to see truth even when it is uncomfortable. That is what the entire Gita builds in you. So the real question is, are you seeing your life as it actually is, or as you wish it to be? Two forces, one verse. Which one is running your life right now? The Gita is not about rituals, not about religion. It is a manual for the battles happening inside you. Krishna showed up completely, not to fight, but to guide. That is always the choice. Show up or watch from distance. Tomorrow morning, before the notifications, before the comparisons, ask just one question. What is my dharma today? What battle am I still avoiding? Dhritarashtra or Krishna? Your choice, every single day. 700 verses, 18 chapters. All of it grows from this one moment. One blind king's question, one sacred field, two armies, and Krishna, already there, waiting, because that is where real wisdom always shows up, in the impossible moment. This was not written for kings and warriors. It was written for anyone who ever felt like dropping their bow. That is every human being who ever lived. Krishna did not leave Arjuna alone on that field. He showed up, he stayed, he spoke. Your Kurukshetra is real, and you are not facing it alone. Jai Shri Krishna.